Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gimme That Take, the fastest growing live golf podcast of 2023. Stick around for more takes like this.
And they all have KBS Tour V 125S Plus. His putter, he uses a Odyssey Phil Mickelson blade.
Yeah.
Use somebody
He
else's
always
putter,
uses
not
those
use yours.
crazy putters that are like hitting a butter knife. He loves that style.
And then grips are Golf Pride MCC. He uses a Callaway Chrome Soft X ball. Glove is Callaway. And his shoes are Gallivanter, and his apparel comes from Mizzen and Maid.
Wouldn't it be funny if he used all that stuff and then like Kirkland gloves?
Right?
Like
I wanted you to tell me what brand aviators he wears, but I was hoping.
Oh man, he was something else.
You know they're Ray-Ban. Come on.
What's up, everybody? This week we are back talking golf bags. This time we're talking about what the pros have in their bags. We got Phil's bag, we got Bubba's bag, we got DJ's bag, so much more. So I hope you stick around and enjoy the show.
It's a birthday episode this week. We're going to shout him out right from the jump. Jerome, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thanks, boys.
25. He made it.
That's right.
He obviously didn't, if you're watching on YouTube, he obviously didn't get a new hat for your birthday.
No. No. Did get some new sweaters though. My nephew hooked me up and got me some golf sweaters from Under Armour. I absolutely love them. And Under Armour, if you're listening, if you want to make something out of this, holler at your boy.
Yeah, you make that quarter zip look sexy.
Thanks, man. I make a lot of things look sexy, but especially Under Armour.
I don't know what's up with our poor hat game this week. You got the backwards hat on. That's usually meant to have tough.
Showing my massive forehead.
Yeah, usually like you got the nice tuft of hair or something.
My hairline starts about here, like LeBron. So,
and I'm wearing the wrong hat. I'm wearing the Fantasy Baseball Podcast hat, and so that's always awkward.
Great start.
Yeah, whatever. We took you through our bags one time, and that was maybe interesting to some people. We got some hits on that. So,
even though I have a completely new bag now.
Oh, tell us about it.
Since the last video?
Yep.
What do we got?
So, I actually, one of my birthday gifts, I got myself a gap wedge, 50 degree.
Why'd you wait for your birthday? You can get yourself a gift any day.
But
I'm aware.
Absolutely.
I got myself a 50 degree, gap wedge to kind of, fill in that space that I was kind of missing since I've been playing a lot of, on the indoor courses. So I have my 60 degree and my 50 degree. I have my 56 degree sand wedge. I have my, approach wedge pitching 9 through 5. I got all new stealth irons. I have a new stealth, TaylorMade stealth rescue. I have my SimMax 2 3 wood from last year and my new TaylorMade stealth driver.
This is quite the step up from the burners that we talked about in the last video. Well done. That's a great bag. I assume that the wedges are also TaylorMade, since you're TaylorMade across the board.
Well, it's
TaylorMade underwear on.
They offer 15% off for veterans. So, and regardless of what the cost is, if they're on the outlet or whatever, and none of the other companies are offering that much of a discount on stuff. So I buy all my stuff there because
absolutely
I get a discount. So, when you're spending $1,000, 15% adds up.
I mean, veterans should get like 15 to 20% off everything anywhere.
Everything.
Why every company doesn't? Yeah, why every company doesn't just do this that's farcical. I mean,
but so my friends make fun of me. All I play with is TaylorMade. Well, if another company starts doing a discount, and then next time I upgrade, maybe I'll consider it. But right now it's fiscally responsible, and I enjoy playing with them. I played 2 rounds already. I played with them down at Top Golf today, and can't wait for the season to start.
Just take a second to thank Jerome and all of our veterans out there that are watching.
Thanks, guys.
Always.
Appreciate what you guys do.
Always.
Wouldn't be able to do this without you.
And any other golf brand that's listening, shame on you for not giving the veterans a discount on your stuff. They deserve it. That's enough said. That's a different way to start a show. From Jerome's bag.
Just heard the flyover.
Yeah, right. Maybe we should play the anthem. Stand up, take our hats off. Maybe. Let's talk about the golf bags of the best golfers in the world, because I think those are probably slightly more interesting than ours.
Definitely.
So we'll start with Mac, who's gonna tell us about Dustin Johnson from the Four Aces bag.
DJ. All right, so I guess we'll just run down what I found online based off the start of this 2023 season. We all know he's a TaylorMade guy, like Crispy, like Jerome here. His ball that he uses is the TaylorMade TP5X. I use the TP5. I love them. Like we were talking to what's in my bag. Super soft feel, awesome reaction. The X is for more distance, which we know he doesn't need any help, but when you're up against the best guys in the world, you need that extra distance. Every little bit counts, So TaylorMade TP5X. His driver for this year is the Stealth 2 Plus with the Fujikura Speeder 661 extra stiff prototype shaft that they made for him.
I think we're gonna hear a lot. Yeah, I think we're gonna hear a lot about shafts.
Oh, absolutely.
Strictly for the players. And why wouldn't they do that? These guys are the best in the world, so of course.
Right. His irons are the TaylorMade P730s. Those things are sweet. Check them out online. They're like blades.
Have you hit them?
With also DJ prototype shafts in the
Mac, have
True
you ever
Temper X100s. What's up?
Have you ever hit a TaylorMade blade?
TaylorMade blade? No.
Okay.
Just Mizuno's.
Okay.
Yeah, they're beautiful looking though. Driver Stealth 2 Plus, I said that. Wedges, TaylorMade milled grind wedges. Also beautiful wedges. They sell them in stores. He has it in a 52 and a 60. His hybrid is the original Stealth Rescue in a 22 degree. The Hazardous Smoke Black RDX, again, extra stiff, 105 gram shaft. He's got the 3-wood and the 7-wood. The 7-wood is 21 degree, which is also it's an LA golf shaft, but also a prototype made for him. I know Bryson's big on the LA golf shafts. I think he has that in his putter. I don't know if anybody has him on there, but 3-wood, he did the Stealth 2 for this year in a 16.5. So that, like I was talking in my 3-wood, that's more of that high trajectory one. Same one. Normal 3-wood's around 15 degrees. So a little bit higher, more like a 4-wood. Also LA golf shaft prototype for DJ. His putter, he had, which I actually have in my collection. I knew he was going to have it. I knew why not? But the one with no lines on it, that was the actual DJ Tour. He used that and won a lot with that on the Papa Golf Alpha Tour. Now he has the Itsy Bitsy, which is the spider made from TaylorMade. Kind of a newer concept look. He has the Tour limited black version, which you can't get. Nobody can just go to the store and buy that off the rack. That's actually for him with the LA Golf shaft. His grips, he uses the Golf Bride Tour Velvet 58Rs on everything. His endorsements, TaylorMade, obviously, right? Biggest endorsement he has. Perfect Practice, Net Jets, which is a lot of golfers have Net Jets. That's something they can use for travel and whatnot. Body Armor, RBC, which is another big one he has. Hublet, I'm not sure how to say that. It looks like Hublot, like who blows Rory, who blows, he lost the Adidas contract this year, which was huge. No longer has that. I believe Sergio as well. Mm-hmm. Both lost that. The start of the live season in 2023, that was a big one for him. I actually have his distances. I love it. I don't know if everybody had that, but his average distances for the 2022 live season. Driver 312.9, no big deal. Average, that's sick. 3-wood 282.6, 5-wood 267.1, 3 iron, 261 even. 261 even on a 3 iron. 4 iron, this is interesting, I thought. He went 5 wood 267, 3 iron 261, 4 iron 236.
That's a big gap.
That's a big gap, right? And that was his average distances. I don't know if that, maybe he uses the 4 iron for certain shots, keeping it low in the wind. Maybe that all adds up, and he had less distance on those than he normally would. But maybe doesn't use the 4 iron a lot. So
I was gonna say they probably don't play. Yeah, they probably don't play a lot. 230,
5 iron 225.4, 6 iron 212. Becoming a little more human now, right? With those distances. 7 iron 200.6, 8 iron 186 even. 9 iron 172.8, that one's mind-boggling to me. 9 iron almost 180. Pitching wedge 160. Sand wedge 135.2. Another pretty decent sized gap, 25 yards there. Lob wedge 118. Number 1 on the putting, putting in 2022 in Live, and yeah, pretty awesome, man.
Those are bomber. I mean, when you talk about bomber average distances carry on your club, that's otherworldly.
Yeah,
that's
all carry distances, average carry distances. Crazy.
Absolutely 100% disgusting.
It is. It sure is.
Playing a little bit of a different game. Obviously, a big difference because swinging from the other side. Rome's going to take us through Phil Mickelson's bag of the high flyers.
Oh, nice.
All right, so he's pretty much outfitted completely with Callaway. So his driver is Callaway Rogue ST Max, 7.5 degree loft with the Fujikura Ventus Red 6X. 3 wood Callaway Rogue ST Triple Diamond, 13.5 degrees of loft.
Triple diamond. That thing's a
Fujikura Ventus Red 7X. For his hybrid, he plays Callaway Apex UW, 17 degrees loft, Fujikura Ventus Red 9X. And then 4 iron and 5 iron are both Callaway X Forged UT with 19 degree and 25 degree respectively. Those have shafts of Mitsubishi MMT UT 105 TX. And his 6 iron through the pitching wedge are Callaway Apex MB with KBS Tour V 125S Plus shafts. Now his wedges, naturally, are the Callaway Phil Mickelson PMLTD Proto 50-14, 55-12, and
minus. Yeah, 54 minus.
His 50 degree minus 14, 55 minus 12, and 60 minus 10. And they all have KBS Tour V 125S Plus. His putter, he uses a Odyssey Phil Mickelson blade. He
always uses those crazy putters that are like hitting a butter knife. He loves that style.
And then grips are Golf Pride MCC. He uses a Callaway Chrome Soft X ball. Glove is Callaway, and his shoes are Gallivanter, and his apparel comes from Mizzen and Maid.
Wouldn't it be funny if he used all that stuff and then like Kirkland gloves?
I wanted you to tell me what brand aviators he wears, but I was hoping.
Oh man, he was something else.
They're Ray-Ban. Come on,
gotta be
100%.
I find it funny. Not to before you go on.
Mm-hmm.
You always hear like, oh, when you get over it. I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods in the golf department. I've said this before on the show.
Name dropper.
And it's funny because like you get those guys who are 45, 50, 55 coming in and they're like, oh, getting old now. I got to drop down to the regular shafts. But you look at somebody like Phil, 53, 55, however old Phil is.
Yep.
Using, extra stiff shafts. It doesn't matter. I guess he's a pro golfer and I understand the difference, but it doesn't matter how old you are. Right. It's all about how much speed you can generate. So it's just interesting. And then he drops down to the S plus, which is stiff plus. So it's kind of in between that stiff and extra stiff. So that's wild though. That stuff fascinates me.
Yeah. These bags are, and it's amazing how different they are. Like I expected to have heard somebody already say that one of these guys uses the same club as another.
No.
Not
Never.
at all.
You'll never hear it.
Not at all. How are they this? Anyway, that blew my mind, but we'll talk about that at the end. I'll take Brooks Koepka. Our boy Brooks. His driver is the Srixon ZX7 MK2 with the Mitsubishi Diamond D Plus 70 TX shaft. He carries a 3-wood. Okay, I'm just gonna say this now. He definitely has the most mismatched bag of this group. I'm gonna tell you now for sure.
Yeah.
So he's hitting
he doesn't know where his game's at.
That's right. And you
Probably
can
trying
see
hard.
this. Yeah, and you can see it in his bag. So he hits the Srixon for his driver. His 3-wood is a TaylorMade M2, 16 and a half. Okay. Then he goes down all the way to a 3-iron that he plays Nike Vapor Pro with
Come on.
the Fujikuma Pro Tour Spec 95X. Yeah. So 3 clubs, 3 different brands. Okay. Then he goes back to the Srixon, plays the ZX7's 4-iron through pitching wedge with the True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue 100s on those, the shafts on those. Then you get to his wedges, which he carries a 52, a 56, and a 60. Or I guess a 52 minus 10 and a 56 minus 10 and a 60 minus 6. And he uses Cleveland RTX Zip Core. Same ones I got in my bag. Makes me so happy. With the mid faced on the 52 and the 56 and the low on the 60.
He does not discriminate, man.
Well, it gets better. The wedges all have True Temper Gold Tour Issue S400 shafts on all of its wedges, and his putter is a Scotty Cameron TMP2. Yeah, so he's been using that, and he goes back to Srixon when he plays his ball. The Z Star Diamond plays the Srixon Z Star Diamonds. Let's compare his yardages to DJ's because I got his yardages here.
Okay.
And you think, and Brooks hits a long way. He hits a long way.
Sure does.
Driver, 310. 3-wood, 275. 3-iron, 250. He's not up there with DJ. 4-iron, 230. 5-iron, 218. His bag, he's really narrowed in his distances, I think. And so the clubs that he carries in his bags are all purposeful. So I think he uses probably every club in his bag. Like I said, 4-iron, 230, 5-iron, 218, 6-iron, 205, 7-iron, 194. A little bit of a gap here. 8-iron, 178, 9-iron, 166, full wedge, 148. The 52, he hits 130, 56, 119, and the 60, 105. Bomber, for sure. Those are big carries, but DJ beats him on every club.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, but
crazy.
It's probably because he's playing with TaylorMades. It's probably what it is.
Of course.
Obviously.
I found it really interesting that he just had like a random Nike Vapor Pro 3-iron in his bag.
I've heard that somewhere. I didn't know it was him, but I knew somebody carried that club.
Nike doesn't make clubs anymore, right?
No, they do not.
They do
I
not.
think it was 2016 or 2017.
It is 2016. Yeah,
I mean, that makes it a pretty old club.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. Might be the
they were.
club in the bag, right? Yeah,
they were the last. The Vapor Pros were like the last thing they made, and they were great irons. A lot of people used them. It's crazy. And then
of course, Brooks has a good shoe game too. So he wears the Nike Air Zoom Infinity Tours pretty much every time out. Yeah, always looks good on his feet. Yeah, that's Brooksy.
Yeah, he was using the ZX7s, and that's what gave him that Srixon deal. He didn't have a deal at all in clubs, and he was mix matching, but not as much as he is now, even with the Srixon deal, which I think is crazy.
Isn't that wild?
But yeah, he loved those clubs. He was playing so well. He was number 1 in the world, and they decided to sign him.
You could just see him.
Now he can't play.
You could just see him out there like throwing the 3-iron from Srixon in the trash, throwing their wedges like in the pool, whatever, when he's practicing his short game at home. All right, Mac, your boy.
I'm up again. Cam Smith.
Captain of the Ripper.
Captain of the Ripper. Cam uses the new 2023 Pro V1X ball. His irons are the Titleist T100s. I had the T200s for a very little stint there. I ended up selling them.
2 buckets on the range.
Yeah, 2 buckets on the range, and they were gone. But yeah, T100s again. You look them up. I mean, they're skinny. He has 5 through 9 in the irons. They're actually the T100 blacks, so they're custom finished with black on them. I don't think you can get those in stores. Driver, Titleist, he just switched in 2023 now. He's using the Titleist TSR3. He was previously using the TS2. Wedges, Titleist Vokey SM8s, all with KBS Tour matte black extra stiff shafts. He switches in between 3 clubs at the top end of his bag. He's got his 3 wood is a TS2, so that's the older model.
Mhm.
Then at the top of his bag, he switches between a 7 wood of the same TS2, a low flight U510 Titleist 3 iron, which is kind of a driving iron, and a Mizuno Pro Fly High 3 iron. Same loft as the other 3 iron. So he kind of swaps them out in the bag. Maybe depending on the course he plays. If it's windy, he might want something he could fly lower. I'm not sure the reasons, but those he switches between those 3.
I wonder if one he can cut the ball better, one he can draw the ball better, or something like that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
One off the tee, one off the deck. It really depends on what he's going to use them for. And a lot of these guys have played these courses multiple times prior, so he knows what he's got to do on each hole and what works best. His grips are the Golf Pride Tour Velvets, which are super popular. He has the Super Tack version, gives a little extra grip. His putter, this guy can putt, right? And everybody's seen those clips of that putter. Nasty. It's the Scotty Cameron 009M, made specifically for him. It's a prototype for him. There's different variations. I want to say, I might be wrong here, but I think Paul Casey also uses a version of the 009. Don't quote me on that. But the 009 is nasty looking. So we all know he can putt. His endorsements, I never knew what the little penguin on his shirt was that he always has. It's a company called Original Penguin. I don't know if it's a clothing brand, if it's something completely different. I'm going to have to look into that. But that's his main sponsor. Second to Titleist, of course. Open Sky Group and Paradox. Those are his big endorsements where he makes most of his money off the course. So very, very hard to find stock distances for him. I did find his driver distance in 2022 and his 3 wood in 2022, but that's all I could find. Couldn't find his iron distances. His driver on the Live Golf Tour and Papa Golf Alpha combined in 2022 is 297 or 299.7, which is pretty good for such a small guy. I'm telling you, that mullet gives him an extra 20 yards. Bumper sticker on the back of your car, 9 horsepower. It's true. 3 wood, 283.6. Those are pretty sweet numbers. When you look at DJ's 3 wood, 282.6. So a full yard difference on average in his 3 wood.
Same loft?
Huh?
Same loft, or one's hitting a 16.5, one's hitting a 14.5?
I didn't get the lofts on his clubs. That would be interesting. I'm sure
DJ's
Cam
hitting the
Smith's is
true
a
4,
15.
right? Yeah.
Probably, or 5, 3 wood, 3 wood.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's 15 degrees as opposed to his 16.5 at DJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got for you.
Awesome. Rome, you are up with the captain of the Range Goats, Bubba Watson.
So he
your punishment was to watch lefties swing, by the way. That was your punishment. So.
Yeah.
So his deal was with Ping. All of his clubs are Ping. So here we go. His driver, Ping G425 LST, 9 degrees at 6.8 with a Grafalloy.
Yep.
Grafalloy. I've never seen that name before. Sorry. Grafalloy Bimatrix X, aka also known as Project X Bubba Watson prototype shaft. So it's made specifically for him.
Back to the proto.
His 3 wood is a Ping G425 Max, 14.5 degrees at 14 with a Fujikura Tour Spec Speedster 8.2X shaft. Irons are Ping iBlade. This comes
use the iBlades. Yeah.
Wow. 3 through pitching wedge, all with True Temper Dynamic Gold X100 shafts. His wedges are a Ping Glide 4.0, 52 SS at 51, and a 56 SS at 55, Ping Glide 2.0, 60 TS at 63, all with True Temper Dynamic Gold X100 shafts. His putter is a Ping PLD Answer D prototype. His ball is a Titleist Pro V1. And as far as his branding, what he wears, Link Soul is the company that, does his polos. I guess it used to be owned by Adidas and now it's kind of on its own. And he rocks a Ping visor when he plays, uses a Ping Tour glove, and the man rocks Nike Air Jordan 4 golf shoes.
That's sweet.
Which is pretty fucking sweet.
I thought he would have played as a Ping guy, as a lifelong Ping guy, the Blueprint irons. Those Blueprint irons are, again, they're the hardest irons. People say, like on YouTube, all the golf guys you watch, one of the hardest irons to hit. Not just the hardest Ping irons to hit. They are about the size of a golf ball. But so many of those tour guys, have at least tried them at some point. The iBlades are older. The iBlades are a few years old. Few models ago. I figured he'd probably be in like the I-59s or something like that.
So
but
to be fair, I couldn't find anything for this spring, like any articles for this spring. This was an article from September of 2022, but that was the most recent article anybody did.
Still pretty fresh
on what he's playing with. I assume
he didn't really play, so
right.
Yeah. So, and then I have some distances for you. So Bubba Watson's driver is 304.6. His 3-wood is 270. Scrolling down to the irons.
This is a man who's never taken a golf lesson in his life.
Ever.
Yeah.
Natural.
His 2-iron is 255. His 4-iron is 232. 5-iron 220. 6-iron 207. 7-iron 195. 8-iron 180, 9-iron 165, pitching wedge 148.
Bomber.
Yeah. A few years ago, I bet you if you looked at those stats when he won the Masters that year, I bet you he was 316 off the tee.
Yeah.
His average. It was ridiculous. And it's funny when you start getting off the driver in the woods and you get into the irons, they're so much more similar across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I was going down as he was reading like similar DJ's numbers. They're only 3 to 5 yards off.
Yeah, and then as far as his wedges, 135 for his 52, 124 for his 56, and 95 for his 60.
Nice.
Nobody can curve the ball like him.
No one can shape.
Crazy.
No one can shape their shot anywhere near like Bubba. I'll wrap up our 6-person what's in the bag. I got Jocko Niemann, Torquay. Of course, his apparel is all Adidas. He's still on Team Adidas. He's not out of his contract just yet.
Why?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he's still on the Adidas contract. So I'm wondering if it just didn't expire yet or whatnot. He is a Ping guy as well. So you hear a lot of the same clubs that Bubba hits here. Very interesting. Obviously, he's a right-handed player. He upgraded his driver, G430 LST, with the Graphite Design Tour AD 6X shaft. That's got that carbon fly crown, so lower center of gravity, lower launch, less spin, more distance. He plays the 3-wood, his G430 Max, 14.5, so truer 3-wood. He also swaps back and forth between the G425 Max 7-wood, the 20 degree, and sometimes he drops a hybrid in there. So depending on the course, obviously, that's his kind of the one club that he goes back and forth between. He hits the Ping iBlades, the 2016 version. People must really like this club. Yeah. 4-iron through 9-iron. Awesome. Yeah, 4-iron through 9-iron. So he's got the Ping iBlades there. His wedges, he's got a 46 degree Ping Glide 3.0. He's got a 52, 56, and 60 Ping Glide Forged Pro. More bounce. More of like a. Interestingly enough, when I was reading up on that, it's more of like a amateurs set where it's got a lot more bounce, and so maybe he doesn't struggle, because I'll tell you that in a second with his wedges. he just must have learned on those and stuck with them. His putter is also a Ping prototype PLD answer. So that Ping answer putter between him and Bubba, this is literally the only putter that Jocko Niemann's ever played any kind of competitive golf with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So yeah, he's sticking with that. And Titleist
wish
Pro
I could do
V1X. Yeah, right. Titleist Pro V1X, he plays on the ball. So like other players, kind of difficult to find his yardages. So I went a little different and took a look at how well he hits the club. So over the last year, from the fairway, 50 to 100 yards away, his proximity is 16.4 feet on average. And that's like 72nd percentile amongst all professional golfers, only 28% better than him. 100 to 150 yards, proximity 20.1 feet. So that's 90th percentile. 150 to 200, 28.8 feet. 90th percentile from the fairway.
Wow.
You get him in the rough, less than 150, proximity 32.5 feet, 97th percentile from the rough and approach. Top 3% in the world. Greater than 150, 52 feet on average, 96th percentile. So like if anyone's deadly with their irons, and you think of Niemann as a decent ball striker, but you think of him as hitting it long off the tee, putting it pretty well. You know what I mean? You don't think of how well he actually is able to control those irons.
The numbers are there, though.
The numbers are there.
Oh, yeah.
Driver distance, he's about 10.5 yards greater than the average, is what I found. Didn't find the exact number there. So that probably puts him like 295-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
He's so skinny.
He's not actually that accurate with the driver. He's only tour average. He kind of sprays the driver a little bit. And putting, he gains 1 stroke on the field for every 100 putts on the green. So more than a stroke per round. So than the field.
If he's tour average, what is Brooks?
Right?
Well below average.
Right.
I mean, we're talking spraying. Well, good on him, man.
Yeah.
Some pretty impressive numbers.
Those are the golf bags of real golfers, not us amateurs. So if you ever want us to kind of break down anybody else's bag, we'd love to. Hit us up in the comments. We'll get back to you, on social media, or we'll make a little segment on one of our future shows where we can go through your favorite golfer's bag for sure. Anybody watch the Players?
Yes.
I caught some of it this weekend. Yeah.
Had some money on it.
Were you enthralled?
No.
I mean, the whole time was boring. The leaderboard stunk on Friday, stunk on Saturday.
The right player won.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best golfers in the world. So yeah. I mean, he deserved it. And I have nothing against Scotty Scheffler at all. I think he's a great golfer, amazing ball striker, puts everything in the fairway, knows he's got confidence through the roof, but it was just boring until Sunday. Even at Sunday, he's running away with it. It didn't make for entertaining golf for sure.
We can't go through another episode without mentioning the fact that Papa Golf Alpha players are lining up to backtrack their comments about Liv every single chance they get now. Standing in front of any microphone they can, they are just shy of complimenting Liv or thanking Phil Mickelson. They're like towing this line now that they've used Liv to get what they want.
For sure. Purses are going up. I mean, across the board, the schedules and all that stuff. Wouldn't you think they said that it was going to happen either way? It just might have took a little longer. No.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
They backed him in the corner. They forced their hand, and now they're doing it, and they're looking stupid. But the players are happy because most of this stuff is benefiting them.
Yeah, I mean, they never had a leg to stand on in the argument, and to watch these stupid media types try to like peddle off this thing as like, this is not Liv related, this is WGC stuff, this is stuff we've been doing all along, blah 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 blah. And wasn't Brooks supposed to go back to Papa Golf Alpha by now? I guess that's not happening, huh?
That ain't happening.
God, makes me sick. I read something on Sports Illustrated where like this guy who I don't even know his name, don't know why I even read this, but sitting there talking about how they'll never, team golf will never make it. One, team golf has already played at every level except for the professional level, so you're an idiot. Number two, these guys go in the other sports to other teams only to win. And then he cites Garrett Cole, who took big money to go to the Yankees. By the way, could you have picked someone who won less? Because Garrett Cole has this many World Series with the Yankees. Fat zero. But he's got all their money. It's such a stupid comparison. Everybody in every field, God, I can't say this enough. Everybody in every field would go somewhere to do the same thing or less for more money. Everyone. Stop that argument. It's stupid. You look like an idiot. You are an idiot, whoever you are who wrote that stupid Sports Illustrated. And Sports Illustrated, I was coming around to them because, they took on the official World Golf Rankings and made their own rankings and included the live guys. And it was like, oh, nice. Finally get like some kind of media who is going to represent live in a fair light compared to Papa Golf Alpha. And then this clown gets out there and writes about the same old crap. Saudi money. How about racism, buddy? Stop. You guys are idiots.
Well, how about xenophobia too? Something that's not brought up enough is that the PGA, the Papa Golf Alpha, was a conglomerate of Southern good old boys that made a golf association and a league and tournaments and stuff like that to just make themselves more money. They only play in the United States. There's been comments amongst other non-American players like, hey, there are really nice courses in other countries. Live plays there. The Asian Tour plays there. Like the European Tour plays it. Like Papa Golf Alpha only plays pretty much in the United States. And it was just because good old boys just made themselves more money. They don't want to play outside the US because then the American courses will make less money. And that was the whole reason the PGA really came about was, owners of courses said, hey, let's set up these tournaments and make it about playing golf at our courses. Well, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's totally hypocritical. It's full of hypocrisy. And Phil called them out distinctly on the official World Golf Rankings bit where, they were quick to drop the live guys so they could elevate their other players because Papa Golf Alpha's, all of their advertising money comes based on the strength of the field. Phil was in those meetings. He was in that executive group for PGA forever. And so he's privy to all that contract information. And he said, I was there. They fudged these numbers so that they could keep their sponsorships. They could keep that money coming in. So under the table money crap, at least, it's at least on par with the Saudis giving Phil whatever X amount of money and not releasing the details of his contract. It's at least on par with that, if not worse. Anyway, we could do this.
Go back to and sports marketing along with sports media forever has always taken money to pander to an audience. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Every fucking year you hear about them, and they're talking to NFL, but the Dallas Cowboys, it's their year. They're poised for it. And that's because Jerry Jones, their owner, for those of you who don't really know football, their owner pays millions of dollars. So sports writers will write articles about them every year. Does the person actually believe that it's true? No, but they're being paid to write a story about how it's their year, and people eat it fucking up. And yeah, assholes like me bemoan it, saying it's bullshit. But I mean, the sports writer's cashing a check. The owner of the franchise is happy that people are talking about it, and the world just keeps fucking spinning despite the fact that they never actually make it and haven't in the last 30 years. It's the same thing. The PGA wants a certain
narrative.
Papa Golf Alpha wants a narrative. They will pay sports writers to write about said narrative, and people like us will bitch about them, but we're still talking about them. But at the same time, we're also yelling that it's bullshit and fuck you guys.
If you're going to listen to the show and you're going to watch the show, we hope you stick around with us, and we thank you so much because we're continuing to climb the charts every single week, and every episode's getting bigger and better, and we really appreciate you guys listening. We want you to be like the smarter group of fans, the smarter golf fans, the person who doesn't need some schmuck from SI to tell you that Live Golf sucks and Papa Golf Alpha has all this history and they're like the clean, perfectly done tour. It's BS. Just read through it, flip through it, watch whatever golf you want. We want you to watch golf, but give each tour their due and see which one you like. That's all we're asking.
Yeah. Do you love the sport of golf? Do you like watching it? It's like saying, hey, do you like baseball? Yeah, great. Well, you can only watch the MLB because that's the only real form of baseball. You can't watch the minors. You can't watch college or the Little League World Series. It's not real baseball. Only the Major League Baseball, MLB, is real baseball. Obviously, that's horse shit. Same goes for football or anything else. Agreed. It's dumb. They're just horrible arguments. Anyway, we heard that Rome was out hitting his new clubs. Mac, did you get to hit any golf balls since the last time we talked?
Again, no. No, but we're inching closer.
Okay, I was gonna say daylight savings now.
Clocks went ahead.
Clocks went ahead. We're about to get 1.5 feet of snow tomorrow night.
Right.
So, we're so close to playing on the actual turf.
We're about 6 months away.
Yeah.
43-42 the other day. Went out there and played my ass off. It should have been the round. It should have been the 79. I'm like right there. I've found.
I know you were scrambling, but what fell apart? Like what wasn't
there
consistent there? What wasn't there?
The first hole eats me up. The first hole at National is like
par 3, 65 yards.
It's a par 4. It's about 3. It's short. It's like 345, but it's super narrow, and anything left is gone. Anything left is 100% gone. And then down the right side, this is a Reese Jones course, by the way, but down the right side are 6 bunkers. So one out about 180, one out about 210, one out about 225, and then the last one out about 235. And like the landing area for a driver is, you got to, for most average players, you got to really be able to carry the ball like 240 to clear those. Then the approach shot coming in is to a small elevated green that in the front left is death's bunker, like steep as could be, and the front right or mid right side is like a bunker that's almost above the green because the green is so elevated and slopes off to the left, and then down the left, and then the back, if you fly the green, it's lost. You're lost in the swamp. It's such a hard hole. I think I'm averaging like a 6.5 on that hole. So get off to a bad start. The first 3 holes are really difficult, the course. But anyway, I had 2 doubles and I had 8 pars. So I guess a couple of those.
So it was just a missed shot here, missed shot there. It wasn't, or an extra putt. It wasn't anything specific that was hurting you all day.
I think I had.
It's not like you had an absolute meltdown on one hole.
No, there was none of that. I think I had 2 3 putts, but they were both, pretty long. I didn't miss anything like inside of 5 feet or anything like that. I didn't give away any shots, but gosh,
you're close.
I'm so close. This is my year for 79 for sure. This is my year for 79.
I believe in you.
Hopefully,
being a member now,
hopefully this week
get out more, and
hopefully this week we'll
see the same course over and over. You're bound to.
You're bound to. You figure it out, right? Okay, Brom, your deal, your spiel. Do your spiel. We missed you last week.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, everybody, thank you so much. We want to hear from you. We want to be better. We very much want to be better. We know we're not perfect at this. We want to be better, but the only way we can hear from you is if you subscribe, hit the bell in the corner, get the announcements that we've been posted so you can watch, comment, follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Check it out. Throw a comment. let us know. If we suck, if there's something wrong, tell us what it is. We'll try and work it out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can get rid of one of the three of us for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
If you
If you like us, hit like. If you don't like us, hit like. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys again for all the
Do it.
veterans. One love. Happy birthday, Jerome.
Thanks, man.
All
Let's
right,
get out of here.
let's get the fuck out of here. No, that's my line.